testimony from yours truly, Sam Smith.
Hello. Go Banff. Banff, yes, fine. No, we can't say that here. Well, good evening. Many of you know me as the military guy now. Or before that, I was a fellow laborer. I was here from 2008 to 2009 with Luke Schaffenberger, Joel Day, Jonas St. Clair, and Steve Jagu. And I was 18 when I went in, and I was 19 when I graduated. I was here for team camp last year, and it was really awesome. I know most of you from that year. And after that, I went back home and got into college, and then quit college, and enlisted into the Air Force. And my testimony is about how I kind of got through the process of getting into the Air Force, and then being accepted into the MEPS program, into the delayed entry program, and then proceeding to basic training. So. Generally, like the average time to get into the Air Force is 6 months to 1 year. And you have to go through a medical process. You have to get your whole life basically analyzed by these doctors who don't know you. And they can destroy your life in basically 1 second with the flick of their pen, saying that you're infected or something. And I got through with no problems because God, I guess, cleared me of anything I had because I didn't even know what I had. But it was obviously nothing. So. I got into the DEP, which is the delayed entry program, and that took me 1 month. That usually takes 3 months. So I was glad about that. And then the process takes a long time because you have to wait for a spot in basic training to open, and then you have to wait for a spot in tech school to open, and all these spots cost money, and all these seats have to be filled. And the Air Force is overmanned by 3%, which is about 8,000 people. And this is when I enlisted, so it didn't really look good for me to get in. And that was what I thought I was supposed to do. So I prayed about it, and I told my recruiter I wanted one job. And usually you do 5 jobs. You sign up for 5 jobs, and they fit you in one of those slots, or one of those jobs you get into training. I did 1 job, and instead of average between 6 months to a year, that's about 8.5 months to get into the Air Force, to actually ship to basic training. I got into the DEP December 4th. I shipped basic training January 5th. So I was in 1 month. And that was cool. I mean, the way it happened was weird. I had a job, I had a spot for 4 months after that, but a girl got pregnant, and you can't be in the Air Force if you're pregnant and a single mom. So I ended up taking her spot. And obviously God didn't, set her up for failure, but he set me up for success because I was the next one on the list somehow. So I got in 1 month, and then nothing happened. While I was in training, I got strep throat, which is supposed to take you down for about a week, and I was down for about 2 days. So I didn't get recycled for that, which is basically sitting back in training 1 week. 1 week doesn't sound like much, but when you hear what else I have to say, 1 week can turn into a lot. So I didn't get set back at all for that. And then I was sick for the rest of training. I had shin splints in both legs. I rolled both of my ankles so they were sprained, and I had to take a PT test right after that. So I took my PT, which is physical training. You have to do a certain amount of push-ups in a minute, a certain amount of sit-ups, and a certain amount of time in a run. And then our run day ended up being 30 degrees outside and wet, very wet. And I was running in sweatpants, and I was running in about 3 layers on pants and legs, which slows down your time at all if you know how to run. And or running in tails rather. And I had to wear like 2 socks, which just sucks when you run. And the truck was wet, so it's easy to slip around. I ended up running my best time. I ran 11 minutes, which is slow, but considering I was running in 15 minutes a week prior, it was really good for me. And so I got through basic training without any recyclements, which is that's where your worst fear. And then tech training came along, and when you graduate from basic training, you get into a program called Students Awaiting Training. And you go in, and then the next week you make training, and you start training. Well, I missed that team for some weird reason. It was cool, because my name was called, but there ended up being like too many people, like 1 extra person, and I was that 1 extra person, so I got sent to the team after that. So instead of being on a team of about 107 people on team 4, I was on team 5. I was kind of angry at first because I wanted to get done, but it was only a week. But when you hear what I have to say, a week becomes a long time. So I got through training, and I got hurt about every week. You know, you fall. I fell on the stairs once. It was a tactical fall. I fell with style, you know, like in Toy Story. But I didn't fly. I just slid down some stairs because they were wet. And I had a gun on my head, so it looked really cool. So I fell and almost broke my leg. I didn't somehow. I fell off like half the stairs, and I just got up and kept running. I rolled my ankle a couple more times, both of them, because I don't know why I do that. I had shin splints again, and then God took those away. That was really cool. I got through the hardest part of training without any real problems. I lost a lot of weight through that time because you sweat a lot. I mean, it's about 100 degrees outside, and then the heat index with your gear on, you have about 70 to 80 pounds of gear on based on your weapon. And it's 100 degrees plus like 80 to 100% humidity. So I got through that without any problems. I got in trouble once because I did something stupid. I took apart my weapon while I was in training, which isn't a good idea. Don't ever do that if you ever enlist in the military. Don't take apart your weapon while you're on post. I got bored, and I was complacent, and I kind of got caught. It was dumb. But so I should have got recycled 3 weeks for that, but I didn't somehow. And so that would have been 5 weeks behind. And I graduated from tech school. I got through it, got my badge, got my beret, so I'm a cop now in the Air Force. And I got through it. I graduated last Thursday, a week from yesterday. So, if I had given up and stayed in bed rest or told someone I hurt myself, which I never told anyone, I just prayed and got an ankle brace and kept going. If I told anyone and got recycled at all for one of those 5 things I did, or 3 things, but 5 weeks worth of time, then I wouldn't be able to be here. So, I'm here now, and I feel like it was God's plan for me to be here. And Tani told me I was going to be a group coordinator, and I was kind of scared at first. I wasn't really scared. It was more like apprehensive, because I've been trained for 6 months, shooting guns, getting trained how to shoot people in the head, and tactically sneak up on people, and write people speeding tickets, all those good things. So I haven't really been doing a lot in the Word, and one of my brother Steve, and he helped me with some stuff. And as I got into the group, it kind of just started flowing. I mean, I'm sure my power group really didn't know that I was out of the Word for a little bit. And I wasn't really out of the Word, it was just kind of on standby, which isn't a good thing. And I wouldn't say it was necessarily evil, but it was something I had to do. And Kathy Reichel actually wrote me a letter, and I'm glad I just remembered this, and she said what I was doing by focusing was God's will. And so I was happy that she sent me that. And I'm here now, and we're here for the kids, but I believe that I'm also here for myself because I needed to be jacked up with Jesus this week. Which is what happened. Instead of getting jacked up with push-ups, I was jacked up with Jesus. And, so I'm here, and I made it through, and I'm going to have leave for another couple weeks, and I go to my base and do cop stuff. So that's what I had to say. Thank you.